My name's David Lorimer, and I'm here with one of our speakers at the Mystics and Scientists Conference, of which I'm the director. It's Stuart Reid, and John's going to tell us a little bit about how he became interested in healing and what he's going to present at the conference. And I also ought to say that behind him is some of his beautiful equipment. John.
Thank you, David. It's a great pleasure to be with you today. Well, my inspiration for the path that I'm currently on as an acoustic physics scientist occurred in the late 1990s when my daddy and I visited the Great Pyramid. It's a long story, and I'm going to cut it very short to say that I was inspired to go back to the Great Pyramid to study it from an acoustics standpoint. But what happened in 97 is really the event that completely changed my life, because I had actually paid for a research visit to the Great Pyramid with the Antiquities Department of Egypt. But I had quite badly injured my lower back about 3 weeks before going out to Egypt. And so again, cutting this very short, what happened was I did eventually manage to get myself into the Great Pyramid those 3 weeks later, still in great pain, but within 20 minutes of making sound in the King's Chamber, all of that pain left me, completely banished or vanished. And that really got my attention. And so the journey that I've been on ever since, like 26 years, I can hardly believe it, has been to understand the biological mechanisms that actually supported the healing process in my lower back within 20 minutes. So that's a very quick, broad brush description of how I ended up, as an acoustic physics scientist.
And then what are you going to talk about at the conference itself?
Well, sonocytology is one of the main subjects I'd like to focus on. And it's the study of sounds emitted by cells. And this work was pioneered by Dr. James Jemzewski at UCLA, and he poetically called it the song of the cell. And this new field actually carries immense potential in medical science. And in my presentation, I'm going to describe a study that Professor Sung-Chul Ji and I conducted, in which sounds of cancer cells and healthy cells were cymatically differentiated, and the results were published in the Water Journal. I'm also going to describe a series of groundbreaking experiments that Professor Ji and I conducted with human blood this time, in which we discovered that old red blood cells can be regenerated by immersion in a musical soundscape. The mechanism that underpins this effect has been identified to be enhanced oxygen binding as a result of the low frequency register in the music, which resembles the low frequency sounds generated by heartbeats. And since oxygen is, of course, the key ingredient in the body's repair mechanisms, this research also carries great potential in medical science. So I do hope that you can join us for this presentation.
Fascinating, John. Thank you very much. And we're really looking forward to your presentation at the conference.
Thank you so much, David. Bye-bye.